I'm putting groceries on this piece of plastic. I am not doing this anymore. First, debt down. Ah! Hi guys, welcome to Living With Me. Today I am going to walk you through my budget for August, what I've spent and what I'm planning to spend in September. I don't know about you, but I've never managed to properly budget. I did try, and I won't lie, I didn't try any fancy apps in the past. I just tried pen and paper. I didn't properly budget. I have been budgeting since August 15th officially in an app, and I want to start this video with showing you the app. So I'm going to look to the side because it's going to be in my laptop. This way you can track what I have made in August, what I have spent in August, and what the categories are that I've spent money on. So the app I'm using is the EveryDollar app by Dave Ramsey. Number one reason is that it is aligning with what I'm doing because I am using Dave's teachings to get rid of debt. That is reason number one. Reason number two is that it's very simple, very user-friendly, and very intuitive. And I need that. And I am using the free version. So let's go through the actual app. This is the month of August. And I'll be looking to the side, I'm sorry. My first paycheck was in the amount of $3,067.21. This is what I received and planned to use. My second paycheck was in the amount of $1,913.66, which means I made a total of $4,980.87. Now, to be fully transparent with you, this was not the whole month. This was only from August 15th to today, which is September 1st. I'm not sure when you'll watch this video. Just be mindful, this is my money that I received for 2 weeks. I had some more money in the first part of August. Part of it I didn't spend, so part of it was in these $3,000. What did I spend money on? And you will see that I'm very frugal. Historically, my life has forced me to be very frugal, but I'll be honest, what I have learned is that I still spend money on stupid junk that I don't need. Because I wasn't writing it down, I wasn't aware of how much money was just put into the wind. So yes, I'm still sticking to being frugal and just buying bare necessities and maybe some, but I kept more money in these 2 weeks because I tracked and didn't buy junk. Okay, let's go through this. So, okay, emergency fund. I paid on August 15th $824 towards my emergency fund because baby step one is to build a mini emergency fund of $1,000 that will kind of be a buffer between you and life. So I had some money in my high performing Ally Bank, so I was missing $824 to fill that little fund to make it to $1,000 to be done with baby step one of $1,000 emergency. Next, mortgage rent. We are renting $1,093.03 we're planned to rent, which is actually the rent for September, which is being taken today. Natural gas, $53. Electricity, $180. The reason my electricity is so high, usually I get about $53 to $55. But since this is summer in New York City, the AC was non-stop on, we got a higher bill. So $180 already paid. So here in this app, which is pretty straightforward, you can see what I've planned and what I've received. So I can actually now click here and add that I've already paid the rent. Gas, I can also add that I spent $53. We'll put everything in August 31st because this is for August, okay? So electricity spent, trash, nothing, phones. This $80 is 3 months worth of phone service, but I'm going to look in if I can find something cheaper. And I think I found something, so I may go down on this. I'm just going to keep 80 just in case. Internet, we normally pay $80 for Verizon per month, but this month by accident on their end we were charged $95.84. My husband called and they said, oh, this was an error, next month we'll just charge you $15 less. So next month I'm planning budgeting $65. So this is already done. Gas, we planned $116.75. We spent $98.71, mostly on gas and tolls. We went camping a lot and to visit some friends. I didn't fully use that fund. Anything that's over, I'll either put into that same bucket for next month or put it towards my debt. We'll see. Groceries, for these 2 weeks, we planned to spend $300. We went $1 over budget, that's fine. Restaurants, $0. Fun money. Fun money is really just for my kid when I take him out to the park and the ice cream truck comes and everyone's having an ice cream. Or the other day, on Saturday, my friend and I took our sons to Roosevelt Island. We took the ferry. I spent both ways, so like round trip $18 for the two of us on a ferry, and then we took them to have pizza, so I spent $29 on that. He wanted to buy ice cream for himself and his friend. Spent $67.01 fun money, which means remaining $9.01. Cosmetics, nothing. Subscriptions, I have a $10 or $9.99 iCloud storage, and I have $15 for Canva. I spent $25, and this is the only subscription that I have. Shoes for school, $50. I spent yesterday, I bought shoes for $38. Clothing, you can see we planned this. We have $4 remaining. It's really just clothing for my son. School is starting in 4 days, so he had to get some new shirts and pants. Pet care this month, nothing, because I have leftovers from last month, food and litter. Childcare, nothing. Entertainment, nothing. Miscellaneous, nothing. Gym is planned to be charged today, $85, so we can add that. Vitamins, nothing this month. Doctor's visit, nothing this month. Health insurance, one bill, $15 already spent. Auto insurance. So auto insurance we pay twice a year, $980. October 21st I'll be due to pay $980. If I budgeted, I would have put aside $100-something each month, so when the time comes in October and April, pay twice a year, I would have the $980 ready. But I didn't do that because I never planned and budgeted. So now when October comes, I'll have a big bill of $980 to pay, so I decided to put a little bit aside now and then more next month to really have enough money for October. Homeowner, renter, nothing. Identity theft, nothing. Fun part now, my debt. I can, out of all of this, for now, I'll probably have a little more to put towards Capital One. That's my smallest debt which I want to pay towards. Apple Pay, Apple Card, I already put $255. That's the minimum payment. My student loan, I already paid $596 a few days ago. Amazon card, I pay nothing this time. And then Chase card, yay! My Chase card, I had a last payment of $55.81 and I paid that, which means officially I have paid that card off, thank God. And I want to, at the end of this video, cut that damn card with my scissors and you will see it. No more cards for me, I'm done with that. That's that. So as you can see, this is all very straightforward. You could add categories, delete categories. I feel like I skipped some categories, to be honest with you. Oh yes, in my Roth IRA, I added $50, which I'm going to stop doing. I'm going to put $10 next month because I wasn't able to fully stop the transaction, so I just put it as a smaller amount because I have to pause. As per Dave's teachings, you have to stop every investment until you pay off debt, and then once you're done, you fully go into investing. So I'm doing that. I need every penny to pay off debt. If you have the paid version, you can add other stuff. I truly at this point don't care. Here you can see kind of the breakdown. 18% in savings, housing 30%, transportation 2%, food 6%, personal 4%, and lifestyle 0%. So I guess that's good. Whatever is remaining, I'll put either towards the next month's, the same category next month, or towards debt. I haven't paid a Capital One because I want to today pay my rent and everything, and then go whatever is remaining, I'll put towards that. And I'll do that closer to my next paycheck, which is on the 5th of September. Oh, is it on the 5th of September already? Because today's the 1st. Yes, payroll is in 4 days, so that's great. Oh, I want to share something with you. This morning I was on my phone and I was on Instagram and I saw someone posting about their trip to London. They made a little beautiful video of all the historic things in London and all the beautiful architecture and everything, and that's really my itch. I had such an urge to go and look for places and look for tickets and go. Oh my God. I can't explain this need. Again, I don't have a need to buy fancy shoes, but I have a need to purchase that flight ticket and have this anticipation towards the trip when I'll go. And then the packing, and then the preparing, and then the hotel, and then the wandering. But I'll be honest, it took me 10 seconds and I snapped out of it, which before I wouldn't. I would have that itch and I would go and scratch it by purchasing tickets and hotels and everything. I just wanted to share that. I haven't felt that way pretty much since I started budgeting. This morning it did I felt a little weak, I'll be honest, I won't lie. But it again, 10 seconds max, it held me, and then I'm like, no. Which tells me that I need to stop scrolling and looking for those things that I like. Moving on. You saw my income for August. My income for September will be a little different and a little less, unfortunately. I have a steady base income every 2 weeks of $1,913.66 after tax, after medical insurance and all of that stuff, and after transportation. I do pay for the MTA for my Metro card. But I also do earn commission aside from the base pay, and the commission can range anywhere from $1,200, which is the least amount I can make, up to unlimited really, but the most I've ever made was $2,800, and then after tax I would get like $2,500. And obviously commission isn't steady and regular, so I have months with no commission, and then I have months where I do get commission. I did get commission in February, and then I got commission in April, and then I got commission in June and July, and I won't get commission for August, unfortunately. So I got out of this year, in those 8 months, I only got commission 4 months. And then I do, cross fingers and toes, I do plan to get, I hope, historically it's been shown that September, October, November are the busiest. So historically I could make commission this month of September, October, and November, which will mean that I made commission 8 months out of 12. So yes, September budget, which we're going to look through, will be a little smaller. So let's go and look through that. September, my paycheck 1 will be on September 5th, $1,913.66, same for paycheck 2, which means my total for the month of September will be $3,827.32. Let's go to savings. Emergency fund, I will not put anything in because we're done with that step for now. Mortgage rent will be $1,093.78. Water, nothing. Natural gas, I put 50 because usually it's 50, 53 max. Electricity, I already got this bill, $122.14. Again, higher because AC. I already got this bill, but I didn't pay it because I want to pay it out of my September budget. Trash, nothing. Phones, I'll put 0 because I already budgeted for that, remember, in August. Internet will be 65. Gas, so yes, on September 26th, we'll have a camping trip. So I just put $50 for that, so we have for gas. And remember, I think in August, we had some remaining gas money, which $18.04. So we can put that towards, so we'll have more than $50, which is great. And if we save some of that and put it towards October, that'll be wonderful, because in October we have a big trip coming up. Big trip, meaning a lot of gas will be needed and a lot of tolls. And truthfully, our car doesn't waste a lot of gas. We can pretty much for $40 fill up a full tank. But since we are going to go camping, there'll be a lot of tolls. I have to have some money for that. Groceries, I put $400 because in July, I tracked every penny for food, and we learned as a family of 3, $300 is good for us for food, and then the 100 will be for quick runs to the store for fresh stuff like fruit and bread. Restaurants, absolutely 0. Fun money, I put 40 again for my son's ice cream or something that comes up. Hair, cosmetics, so normally I will put nothing in this category because I already bought a shampoo and conditioner, so we don't need that. I have my basic stuff for my face, but what I will need, I'm due to dye my hair end of September, so I will need the dye. I'm out of it. Usually the dye lasts me for 2 months. So I just used a few weeks ago the last one from the tube, so I'll need dye for that. So that I put $30 aside because I feel like each tube is $12, so that's $24. After tax, maybe $25. I put $30 just in case. It's better to have leftovers than to be short. Subscriptions, again, $25. Jace's birthday gift, that's my son's best friend, and his birthday's coming up, so we put $30 aside to get him a gift. Mama's birthday. So I know I'm not in a position to be doing this, but I am very far from my family. My family lives in Europe. My brother's birthday was yesterday, and I don't do this with my brother because he's younger, but every time it's my dad's and my mom's birthday, instead of buying them something and shipping it and blah blah blah, and they don't like and need stuff, I like to send them money. I send them about $180, but just like a symbol of, hey, I love you, I think of you, and buy yourself something nice. And I do that every year, and I don't want to skip that. I'd rather not dye my hair and skip on that or whatever. And she doesn't expect that. I just love to do that. Pet care. I will need to buy food for my cat, but I will not buy litter because we still have a lot of pellets. We use pellets left over. So actually, we started using Pretty Litter, which is great, but it's also $30 a month or even more, and it's great. But we have pellets from before, which are a little bit of a pain to clean, but I want to use them up, and they're much cheaper also. So I have a bag of 50 pounds for $25, but I have half the bag left, so I need to use that up and pause Pretty Litter until we're done with that. Pretty Litter is much more convenient and requires much less work. Childcare, entertainment, miscellaneous, school supplies, nothing. Gym will be the $85 for Fiao. Medicine, vitamins, nothing. Doctors is nothing. Health insurance, that's just always a bill that my kid has. Auto insurance, I just put 0 for now because I have to think this through, because remember, I want to put more so I don't have to kind of give 980 in September. Auto insurance, home, renter, nothing. Identity theft, nothing. Capital One. Okay, let's skip that. Apple, I know it's $255 minimum payment. GA, it's always $594.86. I don't have a interest on that. I put Amazon card $100, and then Chase, there's nothing, I paid it off. Planned, I'll do 0 because there's nothing to plan there anymore. It's done. And then I will see what I'm left with for Capital One, but that will be another chunk of money, and then maybe 2 more payments and I'll be done with that card. So that is September, budgeted EveryDollar. Great. But this helps me a great deal. The thing I learned from budgeting in August into September was the carefree feeling. Yes, I went every day into my app and added stuff that I spend and adjusted the cost and everything. But the feeling of knowing that I'm good. Ooh, or even now, it's September 1st and I just went earlier into my bank account, into my checking account, and I had money. And I knew $1,000 something will be taken for rent, it'll be less. But it was planned for. It's such a beautiful feeling. A lot of anxiety was removed from me, to be really honest with you. I thought I'm not spending any money on unnecessary things. Oh boy, but I am. I am, not anymore, but I have. So that's that. So to finish this video, I was so scared to look at my checking account. Not sure about you, but I always avoided looking at my checking account, looking at my cards, how much I owe, looking at any realistic true picture of my finances. And now that I have been budgeting for a month, properly tracking it for 2 weeks, I know I'm still a baby to this, but the amount of anxiety that has been removed from my shoulders is so inspiring and so worth it that I don't think I'll be able to go back from this, to be really honest with you. So that is beautiful. I wish this upon everyone. Yeah, so giving your money and your every dollar, no pun intended, for a job is very, very important. And I hope that by the time I am out of debt, I'll have this as a really true habit that I've developed that will stick with me for life. So, and one more thing left to do, and this is a big one for me. This is a Chase Freedom card. I have had this card since a long time, years. I just don't want cars anymore. Before any of you say, hey, credit card is important, building credit is important, I don't care anymore. I have had a really decent credit even when I had tons of debt. And I had a credit that was excellent with tons of debt. And what good did it bring me, my good credit score? Nothing but more debt, because when you have at least a good score, you'll be able to apply for more credit cards, which means you have the opportunity to accumulate more debt. I don't want that anymore. This card has a limit of $2,000. I've just paid it off. Before, I was of the impression that I have to keep these just in case. I truly don't want to, and I don't care anymore to keep these just in place. I'm going to cut this baby in front of you. This is hard for me because I have this habit of, you don't have enough, be careful. You may need to put an expense on this card. I don't care because my rent will be paid, my food will be paid, cash, and all of it that I need. Everything else is a luxury. I have convinced myself for so many years that I had to put groceries on this piece of plastic. Paychecks just weren't cutting it. And that may have been true at one point. I have a feeling many of you have the same problem. You think that, oh my God, I'm not even buying fancy stuff. I'm putting groceries on this piece of plastic. Trust me, I lived half of my life thinking that I am doing this too, until I sat down and really looked into my finances. The amount of stuff I bought that I didn't need, coffee, just unnecessary things, impulse purchases. I could have bought groceries for cash. And truly, I'm not saying to mock you, I am mocking myself, but I have fooled myself. I have fooled myself and I don't want to be part of this. The amount of money I left to this bank and all these banks is criminal. And I don't want to do that anymore. So, September 1st, 2025. I am not doing this anymore. First, debt down. First, debt down. I don't want you anymore. I don't want you anymore. I don't want you anymore. I don't want you, Chase. I don't want any of you. I'm done. No more. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope this was entertaining, or, well, it probably wasn't entertaining, but I hope you learned something. My goal, as always, is to hold myself accountable and help you, inspire you. If you are on this journey too, trust me, I know it's not easy, but trust me, it's worth it. I have just begun. It's not easy for me either, but if I can, you can too. Thank you for watching. If you can, hit the like button, comment, and let me know if you have a method of paying off and what apps you use and if they're working for you. Because I'm curious. The amount of stuff that I've learned from people like you on the internet is amazing, and I hope you can learn from my videos something too. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. And until then, don't forget to budget. Bye!